revelation of Jesus Christ. See, the first thing that I want to put into your spirit, or I want to speak into your spirit this morning, is because you actually believed that everybody else was better than you. You actually believed that everybody else could have certain things, but it would not be made available for you. You actually believed, I don't know who I'm talking to, but I know I'm talking to somebody. You actually believed that everybody else could have the good life, but you would miss it. And I came by to tell somebody this morning that the first thing that you can have is the revelation of Jesus Christ. As a matter of fact, I know that you can have it to the degree that he is about to open your mind and pour some things into your mind that you never even thought you could conceive. And he said, because you thought it in your mind and had the power to speak it out your mouth, I'm about to give it to you in your life. I wish I had somebody right there that knew that you were on the brink, baby. You were on the edge of a change so great in your life. This is the season for change. And if you don't believe that it's the season for change, just look at what happened yesterday. Yesterday is the greatest example of how things change, but yet they feel like they're the same. But you're talking about Pastor Winter does not happen until December the 21st. Are y'all with me? But if you look outside right now, at the end of fall, it's snow on the ground. That means that change is coming, even though it feels like it's the same old mess. Did anybody get that? You want to just grab your neighbor right fast and say, neighbor, it's coming for me. It's coming. It's coming. Okay, it's coming. Watch this. Watch this. So now Jude, he stands right here on the brink of revelation or revelational impartation that is going to change all of humankind. You know how many people read the Bible, but they scared to read Revelation? I couldn't get no help right now. Ain't none of y'all ain't scared to read Revelation. You know how many people, that's one thing that the minute you start talking about the Bible, they'll say, oh no, I ain't ready for that yet. Because the revelation, it's not because it's so scary. Revelations ain't no different from Genesis. I wish I had some help. Revelations ain't no different from Matthew. Revelations ain't no different from Psalms, but we all love Psalms. Revelations ain't no different from Proverbs. Are y'all with me? It's the elevation of mind that happens in Revelation. So Jude now, he stands on the precipice of revelational change. Look at somebody and say change. Okay, now watch this. Now when we deal with the man Jude, somebody said the man. When we deal with the man Jude, the first thing that we have to ask ourselves is, who is this cat? Who is this cat? Can I say cat in church and still be saved? Who is this joker? Because the reason that we have to ask that is because sometimes we get information from unreliable sources, but we still put it in the bank as it's the best check we ever had. I wish I had some help in here. You know, some of them folk that you hanging with, when they bring you stuff, you need to just back up off it right fast. Because even though that's your friend, you gotta be mature enough to say that's not a credible source. I couldn't get no help right there. I was still preaching right there, even though I won't hoop an evangelist. Is Jude a credible source or not? Okay, let me bring it home to you. Is your cousin really a credible source or not? Is your homeboy really a credible source or not? Watch this, because I might hit somebody with this. Is your wife or your husband a credible source or not? I knew I won't go get no amens. I'm really not gonna get no amens with this. Is your mama a credible source or not? At some point in time, we have to look at who is telling us what, and realize that you may be close to me, but your credibility is shaken. I couldn't get no help right there. I realized that was going to be rough right there. Okay. So Jude indeed is a credible source. Why is Jude a credible source? First of all, you have to understand that Jude, even though his name it sounds funny, and even though we're introduced to him, even though we're introduced to his writings at the very end of the entire Bible, it does not mean that he is fresh on the scene. Did y'all get that? Even though he's behind, he's at the end, it does not mean that he's new to the game. As a matter of fact, we see Jude listed in Matthew chapter 10 verse 3, Mark chapter 3 verse 18, Luke chapter 6 18, Acts chapter 1 verse 13. Jude has been there on the scenes the entire time. Sometimes he was known as Thaddeus, sometimes he was known as Labadius, but whatever he was known by, he was known as Jude. Are y'all with me? Watch this now, because we have to understand the meaning of his name. Jude is a familiar name to us. We are more likely to recognize it as Judas. Y'all know who Judas is, don't you? But Judas, watch this. This Judas is not the same Judas that betrays Jesus Christ. Now watch this, because some of y'all got a bad reputation because you had the same name as somebody else. I can't get no help in here. Some of y'all got a bad reputation right now because you used to share some characteristics of some bad folk. Some of y'all used to be crackheads. I can't get no help in. They didn't know your name, they just called you crackhead. Some of y'all used to be faggots. Is that too hard? Okay, that's what we call them in the world. Okay, they didn't know your name, they just said, look at that faggot over there. Some of y'all used to be known as whores. They didn't know you by your name, they just knew you that they could call you at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you was going to be willing to do anything and everything that they wanted to do. I can't get no help in here. Some of y'all got bad reps in here because y'all still associated. I'm sorry, other folks still associate you with people of much less reputable character. Are y'all with me? But you ought to look at somebody and say, something is about to happen in me. Because even if we look at the name Jude, comes from the Greek name Judas, but Judas comes from the Hebrew name Judah. And y'all all know what Judah means. Judah means praise. So now watch this, because when we began to look at Jude, what does Jude symbolize for us? Jude symbolizes a transition from Old Testament praise to New Testament praise. Y'all ain't got me with that. See, the old Judah could praise God for what the Ark of the Covenant did. The old Judah could praise God for what God the Father had done. But Jude, New Testament praise, takes it to a whole nother level, because he begins to praise God not for what the things that God has done, but for the person God sent. Are y'all with me? And those of us that know Jesus Christ, since we got a personal praise with him, we can